Q is talked about pretty highly as one of those flex picks, but has not been getting grabbed up for that role thus far. Insanity going to be bringing out another. It's going to be pretty punishing for Tomo because Boogie's down on that bot side, so he's going to do that 3-camp clear. And honestly, Boogie and Chime should probably just move between the pillars.
Oh, Santorin, flash for flash, does manage to root with the ethereal chains as Santorin's here for the follow-up. First blood drawn by Dignitas.
Nicely done by Dig.
The 615th game buff that he's got. Trying to follow up with a play with Boogie, making a visit towards his bot side, and Tomo still does not have the summoners from that previous aggression, so Wild
fully above what your opponents have. So it's like 1100 gold in combat power, above what Tomo actually has right now, this early on. So no way for them to really walk up and try to fight. Tomo also still has no... Dignitas is moving over here. If Turtle is bot, there's not a gold lead. He is the gold lead.
On it, going in for the stun up, knock up onto one, and the return from Chime. All the while, the enchanted crystal arrow coming from downtown. Where does it land? Up top towards Rich. Can Hanser make something of it? Meanwhile, Poom setting the play up for Santorin and Jensen. Santorin achieves a kill onto Boogie, which means there's no jungler to contest this Herald. Chime has to be careful. Hanser coming in for the assist. Stunned up as he slices and dices out of there, but Jensen gets the lockdown, returns the kill. A double offered by Insanity, though, for TSM, as they are still thirsty for blood, and bring it back with another onto the enemy mid lane.
Yeah, that was actually really close because Hanser popped the ulti right as it came up, so he didn't actually have that ulti in the early moments of that fight when Rich was getting pretty ahead. It was a tier 2
Turn to the roster. I will make note, though, a bit after Hanser tries to follow up on this play by Boogie, the keeper's verdict to send him downtown, so Hanser all alone can't stand up against this.
You see Locket, against comps that are very burst heavy, trying to actually protect your backline from getting 100-0, so potentially just thinking, all right, they have a Nautilus, they have a Rakan, they have a Renekton, they have this powerful kind of initial engage, and the Locket's gonna help save my carries.
Chime in some trouble, though. Dignitas, they found the support, and they want to take him down. Battle dances towards Boogie, but it cannot save him.
Or like a poke mage, honestly. When you're just spamming out W's once you have that W evolve. So both these guys are going to be looking for heavy poke. And if Jensen can get ahead to the point where he is dominating in that, as we're going to see Santorin die.
Ends up getting the Rift Herald here, and the last smack.
Tier 1 for sure, and you're probably losing your tier 2. So great play from TSM. Going to be able to actually just push down mid. Not even actually going to commit.
You can try and draw the attention of your opponent somewhere, but right now it's TSM's attention on the top side. Teleports from both ends as Rich stands alone, but not for long. Chime under the turret. Rich burned down and popped by Insanity. Stunned up. Jensen tries to get out of this one, but the turret does eventually fall as Shelly has been thrown. A kill here as TSM managed to grab 2 and make this push on the top side an effective one.
Yeah, it's a great play from TSM on the top side. They drop the Herald, they get the dive, they kill off both the soul laners, get the TP off Jensen, the flash off Rich, the ulti off the GP, everything going TSM's way. They'll take the tier 2 as well. Yes, looking for a rushed Baron here very quickly after spawn, and they're gonna have to be willing to respond to that, but there's the engage.
Over the wall, out of the darkness, 2 members fall.
It's gonna go down really quick. Dignitas are aware of it. We'll see if they can make anything happen.
Teleports available on both sides, and Poom goes into the back line. Keeper's verdict means that Insanity's not here to deal the damage, but you still got multiple members of TSM to do exactly that as Santorin is ripped away. Tomo soon to follow, does manage to get out of range of Hanser, who had already expelled his flash, but TSM set their sights on the Baron once more. Though Dignitas do have a Rich teleport in the books, he already used his ultimate. Jensen collapsing from the opposite side. Can he get a lock onto Turtle? Some big blast damage from Rich here. Chime going in before he goes golden, and Wild Turtle setting it up for Insanity to knock it down. Double kill for TSM as Wild Turtle and the squad end up just finishing off the Baron, and Dignitas is nowhere to be seen.
Nicely done by... And he hits back-to-back barrels that do soften up a lot of the TSM members, but there's no one really there to follow it up. Jensen had already used his spells, and now TSM 3 dragons. already to their name. They have the Baron. They have an 8K gold.
Some bounties available for Dignitas, but not much more than that, as TSM feel like they have all the power in their hands with the Red Bull Baron buff still in effect. But Keeper's verdict for one to be thrown away. Poom attempting to get right into his backline after taking way too much damage, but has now fallen. So Dignitas corralled under this inhibitor turret. Hanser venturing forward with Dominus pop. Boogie's nice and healthy. Multiple members that can just stand with this cannon minion to make sure they take that inhibitor turret and then some.
Yeah, it is going to be a couple towers traded back on the top side. But again, TSM knew there was no fear to dive here. There's nothing that's really going to go wrong when Rich is on that top side. So they pull the trigger on the dive. They get a tier 2 of their own. They take down that inhibitor tower, and the inhibitor finally expires. So Baron buff cannon minion is gone. Nice little store back to dodge the hook from Boogie, but now TSM sees the turret is incredibly low, sees that supers are coming in through bots. They can just walk forward, knock down this turret. Likely just going to be going back and not playing it too risky. Just continue playing through top, let the supers about it. That's giving vision over to their opponents. They want to control this area, and now they're going to be able to find a pick.
Santorin, the first knock by it, and as Trion goes in, he attempts to bring down Dignitas, setting up for Hanser to get into the backline. Rich has taken a lot of damage, a good chunk onto TSM through that cannon barrage, which means that his sanity eventually gets knocked down. Hanser attempting to flash over for Rich, but cannot find it, will be punished as soon as he comes out of stasis. Does he want to bring one more life down with them? He does! Jensen locking down with the ethereal chains, and Tomo finally getting to put some damage up in this fight. 2 for 2 traded. But in the end, TSM, they grab that dragon.
Yeah, they get the Infernal Soul, so they get that big prize, but a nice engage from Poom. I think catching TSM a little bit off guard, and that counter engage came through. And Tomo did get a couple kills, including a 1K shutdown from Insanity. If they can find even more here.
Jensen's going for more onto Boogie. He throws down the Riptide. Chime and Wild Turtle both get locked. Jensen goes golden, and the root onto Tomo means he has to just take the damage as it's ditched out. 4 taken down by Dignitas, and TSM still have Wild Turtle and Boogie to push on in.
Yeah, the initial burst was good there from Dignitas, but Turtle cuts through them, and TSM looking to end here in sub 30 minutes, move to 7-6, move to 7-3, more importantly, with Insanity. This team is on a tear.
On the last arrow to do it, 2 teams entered this match as equals, but in the end, it's TSM out on top.
Another great game here from TSM.